It's time for us to head to Wimmera Footy Way, and Scotty Stewart from the Herald is with us. Scotty, on a bit of leave, but following the footy, as I know you love it, your country footy, how you going?
Yeah, going well, thanks, Wayne.
That's good. Good to hear. Tell you what, your blokes last week nearly caused the boil-over of the season. The Eagles got real close to Minyamatoa. They won it in the end, the Burrows, 6-12-48 to 5-7-37, but it just showed a real defensive pressure game, kept it low scoring, and maybe it's the way to beat Minyamatoa.
Yeah, well, it must have been a good battle up there last weekend up at Bryn. They went up there and they had a big day up there. They unveiled some new netball courts and flash tennis courts for the summer period. And yeah, it's a bit of a low-scoring game on it, but I think she might have got a little bit of moisture throughout the morning there. The kids might have been playing in a bit of rain, which might have carried through the day. But as you said there, she was an interesting game, wasn't it? With only 11 points separating the teams at the final siren, and it must have been the Burrows in the last quarter that kicked away a little bit inaccurate, but thought I got their game going a little bit more towards the end, and overran the Eagles, who put up a pretty good showing against the Burrows. They went in a little bit undermanned by the sounds of it. The Burrows had a couple of key players missing there, but the Eagles have been really buoyed with that performance last week, and hopefully take it into this weekend. Yeah,
Jay McGrath and Tanner Smith, two of their absolute prime movers, weren't playing, and we'll have a look at whether they could be out again this week when we review the Southern Mallee Giants game. But good performance from Rhino McKenzie, very, very good. Matt Johns with a couple, and Tyler Pigeon and Jack Boskin got going with a couple to Corey Morgan to lead the way for them. And in other matches, Stall got the job done by absolute country margin, 24-16 over the Nil Tigers, 6-5. And gee, after the Tigers showed something against the Giants in the big match on their home deck a few weeks ago when Daisy Thomas appeared, they haven't appeared to do much since then.
No, they've had a bit of a battle, haven't they? And come against some pretty good sides, and Stall being one of them. But yeah, as you said there, they ran away with this game, didn't they? They had multiple goal kickers and 24 majors at the end of the day. You're going to win a lot of games doing that. But they held the Tigers to those 6 majors for the day, so a good percentage booster in the end for Stall heading into this, approaching halfway through the second half of the season.
Yeah, and what about this for Ararat, 12-19-91, too good for the Saints, 9-9-63. I think if you're in the Giants outfit, you'd be pretty happy with Ararat beating the Saints, because the Saints look the most susceptible in terms of the two Horsham sides to drop out and make way for somebody else potentially.
They sort of done that, haven't they, over the last couple of weeks? They've just dropped away from that top 5 position that they did hold there nearly at the halfway point of the season. But they put up a good showing here with against the Rats on their own turf at Coggan Park there. They're only 4 points separating them at half time, but the Rats are able to steady and kick away in the second half.
They did, and Dimbulla 15-15 beat the Horsham D's 12-9. Dimmy continue to show that they will be a finalist, but Horsham D's a loss that's a good one, I think, in the context for the other two clubs that are vying for that 5th position.
Yeah, this one was a really interesting game, wasn't it? An important one for Dimmy, obviously, to get the 4 points after returning from that bye. And it was really only the second quarter. If you look through the scores there, they've kicked 6 goals to 2, and the rest of the game was pretty much on an even par. So that second quarter, when they opened up a couple of goal lead there at half time, 3-goal lead, and they were able to hang on to it to the final siren. But yeah, it was interesting with keep looking at these ladder positions, and that would have been good for the Giants, who sat out the bye last week and couldn't add to their points. But it just makes that top 5 spots, 4th and 5th spots, I should say, pretty tight at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly does. It was a very interesting conclusion to the round, but I'll tell you what, the ladder, as you just mentioned, has got some very interesting situation. You've got Timmy in that 5th place, they've got 16 points, and the D's are 20 points. They're the two susceptible sides. The Giants are still back on 12, but still got a game in hand. The Saints have played that game. They're on 12, so it does show that the top 5, unless the Giants can come home with a wet sail and displace maybe the Horsham D's just on talent right now, that seems to be what we're looking at. Well, we're looking at an interesting round of matches this weekend because it's going to go right down to the wire. The big match of the round, I think the Southern Mallee Giants taking on Minyip Matoa. In the context of the Giants season, a loss here could be curtains. Minyip Matoa losing their best two players or two of their top prime movers in Tanner Smith and Jay McGrath. It's on here for young and old. Coleman Shack will be back with the Southern Mallee Giants. She's going to be a ripping game, this is.
Yeah, this is definitely match of the round, and it'll rival the Dinbull Warrack game. This one over there at Matoa this weekend, and as you say there, we're talking about the key outs that the Boroughs had last week, and don't look like they're going to match up again this weekend. So that'll give the Giants a bit more confidence, and as you said, they're Coleman back in that side, and knowing like when the Eagles played them 2 weeks ago before the Giants sat out a bye last weekend, he'll slot back into that side pretty well, and they got that win against the Eagles, which give them a bit of confidence. But this is just so important for them, isn't it? If they drop this one and other results might not go their way, she's going to make it real tough for them throughout those last 5 rounds of the season. But the picking a winner out of this one's it's a tough call, isn't it? The Boroughs, they deserve to go in favourite, and they will go in favourite. Obviously, they're still sitting equal top of ladder with Ararat. So you just have to say them on their home ground. They might be able to just get the chocolates. But if the Giants can have a chance to knock over the Boroughs any time, so this game might be the one they need to take and really keep their season alive.
Yeah, I tell you what, she's going to be a beauty, because when they met last time, the Giants were inaccurate until three-quarter time. They were actually equal, but 6-10 to 7-4. On that day, it was a 3-goal last quarter to go to 10-4, 64 to 6-10, and so they didn't add to their score. Injuries was when all their injuries came, and Coleman will remember that pretty well, I would reckon, from that game. It is going to be a beauty. I think it's going to go down to the wire. I've actually tipped a little upset here. I think the Giants might be ready to really start to stomp their big, large feet on this competition. The Saints take on Stawell. Oh, this is do or die for the Saints at Coghlan. I think Stawell will put them away.
Yeah, I think you're right there, and I think it might be probably the Saints' last chance if they do drop this game, because it's going to make things awfully hard. But you're just looking at current form lines at the minute, and Stawell just up and about so much, and taking a lot of confidence out of each week, I think, and they're building up a pretty good record towards the business end of the season. So yeah, I agree. I think Stawell will be too strong, but being at Coghlan Park, you never know. But yeah, the Saints, they have battled over the last few weeks.
They have, and what about this? Last time the Warrack Eagles played the Horsham D's, they won at 11-9 to 10-9 in a memorable Anzac Park game on that occasion. What about this game? If the Eagles can cause an upset, and gee, they showed against Minyip Matoa that they're capable, then the D's would be in problems.
They're going to take a bit of confidence into it, aren't they, the Eagles, after that game last weekend, and knowing that, the corresponding round earlier in the season at Anzac Park there, they were able to get up and get the chocolates. So it points a lot of good ways in the Eagles' favour. But if they can, they keep up that momentum that they probably built up a bit last week against the Boroughs, and knowing that they can match it with the best in the league. Just got to be able to finish off, basically. And we've said a lot about the Eagles throughout the year, where they've 2.5 quarters, 3 quarters maybe, but they've had that little lull in throughout the matches, and that's really cost them dearly. But this one will be an interesting battle. Horsham won't want to drop this one, will they? There's no way. No, they want to give up this 4 points, so they'll be desperate to take the points. And with other results falling their way, it's be so important, this 4 points for them. But on the City Oval there, it's a good football ground to play on, City Oval. So if you get a good day for it, they'll have a good hit out. So good luck to the Eagles. I know the last time I was away when they knocked them over, well, away again. So let's see what happens this weekend.
All right, Timmy, take on Ararat at Dinbulla. Match of the round status for this too. And I'll tell you what, I think Dinbulla at home can beat Ararat.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that statement there, Wayne. I wouldn't think, with Ararat and with Dinbulla, I should say. And I like their chances, I reckon, especially on their home track. And they've got pretty much a full squad. I'm thinking. Just looking through their list, they look pretty much at full strength, and they definitely will like their chances. This is just another one that just adds to the intrigue of this round, doesn't it? With this game, with this Dimbula, if they do drop it, and the the Giants get those points over Minamatoa, well, it just changes everything. So it'll be a tough ask to knock over our assets on their home ground. But I think you might be going for might even tip the home team, and I reckon I might even join you on this one. We'll just go out on a bit of a limb and say that the ladder leaders might be a little bit susceptible for this round. Got nothing to base that on. I'm just a bit of a gut feeling that Dimbula on the home deck and a lot to play for, and the way our rat's been going at the last few weeks, they might be a sneaky chance. So we might just say Dimmy in a little bit of an upset here.
Yeah, Dimmy good last week against the Horsham D's and have been for a number of weeks. They've been very good all season. It's a good round. Good to have Scotty Stewart on board to talk about it from the Warrack Herald, and I'll catch you next week, Scotty.
Yeah, no worries. Go on your way.